He was a big hit at the Mages Guild. Thank you for letting me borrow him.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank our $200 tier supporters over at Patreon, patreon.com/FSFilms, those being Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and the Shard System. Thank you all very much for your support over the years. And if you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran Terra Shadowfront. I am Sen, your game master for the evening, and I'm joined this week by the person on loan from the Mage College, Ashlyn.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard. And there's my familiar. Come here.
The person loaning them from the Mage College, Craig.
Hi, I am back. I am playing Grumman Bellmender. I'm very jet lagged. I apologize in advance. Grumman is a Dwarven Way of the Drunken Master Monk and a Storm Cleric. And that was very cool, actually, when you brought your cat in, because it did look like a familiar, because it went from like out of focus to in focus as you brought it closer. So it looked like some kind of kick-ass conjuration.
Yes.
And I also want to say, Sen, your intro sounded too debonair and fancy for fighting in some shit, which we're about to do. So here we go.
We're not there.
Oh, and I got my mimic thing on. Shit.
Grudek Wolfmender.
Grudek Wolfmender.
And the actual Mage College, Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Titania Valkorian, Eladrin. I just did it to be just to continue the trend. Eladrin, Archdruid of the Grim Harvest. I said stuff last time. I was going to continue that, but I have tagged up my notebook, so I'm not going to because I don't remember what I said. That's it.
Anybody else here ringing in their ears?
All the time.
Tinnitus, yay. And I can't think of how to continue this joke. Shawnee.
I like it.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, where jokes go to die, apparently. Hi, I'm playing Valdeth, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Holly.
I am Holly. I am playing Vespia, tiefling something. Chandler. Yeah.
And the longest running joke at Final Show Films, Jeremy.
Rude.
I don't know if that's a comment on how long you've been playing with us or how old you are.
Or how long you've been rolling board.
I think it's just a general attack.
Yeah,
Is what it sounded like.
Age.
With
Hey, I didn't get
Excellent.
anything special.
And then
So much.
Shawnee reaches over and wiggles the knife. The age.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Sin, who is a changeling blood hunter, who is suddenly offended for no reason, just doesn't know why, just is.
Is this why your characters all hate gods? Because there's this one that keeps saying this shit.
Fuck him up, Socrates.
It was originally meant to be about the running gag of us hold personing a member of the party every fucking game.
Okay, fair. No, entirely fair. That said, that did not come.
no.
Absolutely.
You got to reference hold person for us to all get the joke.
Originator of the longest running joke.
Now we've broken Sen. It's
Yep.
I really want to change my Twitter bio now to the longest running joke in Final Show Films.
At it.
Are you gonna put a caption "doesn't run"?
I'm just glad that we broke Sen on this. This is fully backlashed.
I cannot breathe.
And he might be dead.
No dying.
Operate the diaphragm. Inhale, and then exhale.
Oh no!
Helping.
Don't think of.
Oh, incapacitated by my own landmine.
Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. This
Thank you.
stream is powered by Sirenscape.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, what were we doing?
You were doing an intro.
Playing D&D.
That's it. Thank
Being attacked by a fishbowl shark.
you. Yeah, much less silly.
Glass shark.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that. My brain just latched on to like the whole person bit, and then the words came out of my mouth, and then you all made it better. It was great.
This is legitimately our best intro ever.
Absolutely.
Not saying something. It's been
Last,
some.
when last we left off, the party was attempting to infiltrate Taram and got lost in the sewers. They then found a friendly
We got
Muslim
lost. I know exactly where we are.
In the sewer.
in the sewers. They then found themselves in a following an oozling whose name I've completely forgotten at this point. I think it was Flo. Yeah, Flo.
Yep. Slow.
They were following an oozling who then led them to a point where they could no longer directly follow, but warned them there was a nest of weirds up ahead, which they then walked right into and began a fight. And they've been doing pretty well, except for Grumman, who's been getting regularly swarmed, but still holding his own. And just around the corner has now rolled a large water orb ooze-esque entity with a shark and a sandcastle in it.
Saying that Grumman is getting swarmed is very charitable. I feel like you are absolving me a lot of the personal blame I should bear for the swarming.
Getting swarm, inviting the swarm, you know. There's one of my song options here is called Uneasy Cheeks.
I support this.
Okay.
That would make them easy.
This is Uneasy Cheeks.
I know.
Sounds the same to me.
Uneasy Cheeks, Creepy Knees, Spooky Thumbs, and Take the Wrong Notes are the options I have here.
What is up with the musical notes regarding body parts?
I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to find good battle music.
Sirenscape is not playing a damn thing for me.
Well, I
again.
just
Here we go
stopped
again.
it, so
Okay.
I was trying to find an actual thing.
Santa, sounds like you got some uneasy cheeks.
Always. Anyways. Whose turn is it last? It was...
We're at the top of the round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Top of the round. Top of the round for you. Alright, oh, Blister Coil weird. Good. They're still alive. Let's see if they roll better this week than they did last time. Does a 20 hit you, Grummond?
No.
All right. Vespia, it's your turn.
Oh, hold on. Who tried to hit me?
A blister coil weird.
It's one of the others.
Oh right, yeah, Drunken Master.
Okay. Yep. It hits one of the others. Not for a lot of damage because they have resistance to their own damage, but still.
Hey, got a thing. I want to use it.
Yeah, Vespia.
If I recall correctly, I'm drowning.
Yes, you are currently drowning, but you still have you are restrained, which means you can still take actions and things. You just can't move and are drowning. In an
Cool.
elemental that was created from the sewage. So
Okay.
you're drowning in dark waters.
Yes.
Pirates of Dark Water.
Okay, this thing's holding on to me.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to cast. I can still cast a spell, right?
So long as it doesn't have a verbal component. If it has a verbal component, you can cast it once.
I don't. Okay, it doesn't say it has a verbal.
Does it say VSM?
Oh, yeah, nope. Nope, you're right. It has a
V is verbal.
Yeah.
If it has a verbal component, you can cast it, but it will use all the air in your lungs.
Which means you will go from having a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier of air to having no air and immediately starting to suffocate.
Okay, I think all of mine have verbal components as I'm looking here.
Most spells tend to have verbal components.
Yeah, okay.
That's why Silent Spell is such a good meta magic
I'm-
spell.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna
No, it's
try
actually
to
a subtle spell because it drops all the components.
I'm gonna try to break out of its hold.
All right. Go ahead and give me a athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. $23.
A 23 is enough. You break free, gasping for air as you break free of the shit. That is your action, though. So,
Okay.
anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action, movement, anything like that?
Breathe. Move away from this thing.
You breathe in slightly too hard. A bit of the sewage goes in your mouth. You choke a little bit.
Right.
You have a desperate need to brush your teeth.
Shower for the next week.
Do you move away or do you stay where you're at?
I'm gonna move away a little bit.
Okay.
What is this?
That is a ghost.
Okay, so I can like move right there. Okay, cool.
You can't
That's
move.
a wall.
That's a wall. You can move.
No, it's a
behind-
wall.
yeah,
Oh,
right next-
right.
Yes.
Right here is-
Oh, okay.
All right, so you will take an attack of opportunity from the befouled weird.
What's your AC?
My AC is 22.
Rolled a 23.
I will use my reaction for my dragon wings. The spectral. I rarely get to use this, but a set of spectral dragon wings reach around and protect, adding. I think it's my proficiency bonus.
Double check.
Yes, equal to my proficiency bonus. So
All right.
for that, you get an AC of 28.
All right, yeah. So it feels like the ballistic coil weird is about to hit you, but then Ithram gives you a reach around and you're fine.
I knew as soon as I said it, you'd make a comment.
Sin always picks up or
Yeah,
finds
I
a
know.
way to.
All right. So you stepped away. Now it is Ithram's turn.
All right. Ithram is going to step forward, and I have to remember. Do I need to use a bonus action to command this thing? No action required by me, so cool. He's just going to tell Rec to keep pushing forward or to move the line forward. So he'll go right after me, but I'm going to. I'm gonna cast Mystical Blade, and I believe I put a spell slot into it.
You did. I don't remember what spell slot it was, but you did.
I don't remember either because it didn't get marked off. I'll just say that I didn't put a spell slot into it because I don't have it marked off. So it's just going to be the basic Mystical Blade, which is 1d8.
Then you get 4 hits with
No,
it.
1d10.
Yeah, 1d10,
1d10
force
and 4
damage.
attacks.
4 attacks.
So first attack for the one right front. A 30
A 30 hits.
for 6 points of force damage. 22. And another 30.
22 hits.
Another
And 30 hits
13
as well.
points of damage.
The 22 also hits.
And, okay. And then last one. 20.
20 also hits.
Ooh. Repeatedly 2. And if I can I go through Rex space and go to the other side, or is that not possible right now?
I mean, the other side of Wreck is Sin, and then several elementals. So.
I'm aware.
Oh, you mean like the immediate other side of the one that you're next to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go through Wreck space. Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2. To push up to there.
Hopping into the sewage.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll still be. Sends a little bit more. Or send. There we go. Moved to right there.
You will take an attack of opportunity from this weird and this weird.
Okay.
Because they can hit you at the angles.
Okay.
But a 12 and an 8 miss you, I believe.
Yes. Handily. And bonus action. I don't really have bonus action that I could do. So yeah, that's me.
And then
Rex will come up 1, 2,
Alright, so
and
take
is
attack
gonna
of opportunity.
wail on this one.
Does a 16 hit him?
No.
Okay.
It has the same AC as Vespia.
Actually, 2 times 10. Yeah, no, he's not gonna get hit by either of those. Go ahead.
17.
Yeah, these aren't like designed. Is it combat creatures? These are just like the dregs of magical experimentation. So they're not great. 17 and a 27.
27.
Both hit.
Oops. 17 bludgeoning damage for the first one, and another 17 for the second.
Consistent.
Well, piercing, because it's using picks. So that's the first 2. Is it still up?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 more. 18, and a natural 1 for 13.
The 18 hits. The natural 1 misses.
For another 18 points of piercing damage.
Anything else?
Nope, that's wreck.
Sin.
Alrighty.
It's time for the original Sin.
I am going to. We're gonna start with. Yeah, I am going to bonus action to he is within 30 feet of me, right? We'll see. Damn it. Then I will. I'm gonna attack. I'm just gonna attack these things really. The one that is north of me first.
Okay.
That is a 23 to
That
hit
hits.
for 12 slashing and 6. I believe my curse or 6 radiant.
Uh-huh.
That's just its thing. And I believe I had invoked my blood curse. Not my blood curse. The thingy.
I thought you invoked it on the big guy.
No, not that. No,
Oh,
sorry, not
you're
my
right,
blood
you're right,
curse.
you're
My right, yes. As psychic damage. I'm 90% certain
I don't.
that I did.
No, I don't think you had because you did a couple of maledicts, but I don't know if you actually invoked your right.
Hold on, let me.
Oh no, your right is on. It's doing psychic damage.
Yes, that's what I
Is
thought.
it? Was it? Okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, because if you look at every one of my attacks after it, I'm rolling the D10 damage.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So
You're rolling. You're doing your D10 psychic damage from the right of the oracle.
So 18 plus 1 psychic. This one's still up.
Yep.
All right, we'll attack one more time.
Hey.
There's a crit.
Yep.
23 plus 9.
Now it's dead.
It's 32 plus. I'm just gonna roll it this one. Plus 9 psychic damage. Okay, it's dead now.
Yep.
You know what? I don't mind taking a few opportunity attacks. I'm going to move. Hit me.
14.
That's a miss.
All right, hang on. The blister coil also gets one.
Yes.
24.
That is a hit.
I'd like to use my reaction.
For what?
Something hit Sin within 30 feet of me. I'd like to jump up there, teleport
Okay.
with my Reaper
So you'd actually go
spirit.
there because you appear
there?
behind them, don't you?
Let me look at the description again. Do-do-do. Where does this happen? When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 30 feet, you can use your reaction to immediately move up to 30 feet towards that creature and make a melee attack against them. It's not...
Right. Towards.
If your Reaper is summoned when you do this, you magically teleport to flanking with your ally instead of moving. So
There you go.
I like flank.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
And-
because technically Sin is in the same spot, is like in that spot when you teleport.
Yep.
So you would have advantage on the attack.
Cool. I'm gonna do it.
It's 4 bludgeoning, 7 fire, by the way, Sin.
Okay.
Waiting for an attack from Titania.
Yeah. 25
That hits.
for 11 necrotic and 13 slashing.
Got to use your reaction to attempt to trip.
This is my reaction to do this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, because they're dead anyways.
Sweet.
And then do another 5 feet. Hit me.
Yeah, that one. No, that one's already used its reaction.
Okay, perfect. And now I am within 30 feet, I believe. Yep. So I will use amplified blood curse of bloated agony on the Sharknado. So for the duration has here. For the duration has disadvantage on strength and dex checks, takes 1d4 necrotic damage, takes more than one attack on its turn. It lasts for a minute, and they have to make a con save DC 18 at the end of their turn, each turn, if they want to try and end it.
So creatures that do not have blood are immune to blood curses unless you have amplified the curse. You're amplifying it.
The shark does not have blood.
The shark is not the target. Is not the creature.
Also, they did amplify it.
But you did amplify it, so you're good anyways.
Yes.
The ooze is the creature, not the shark.
Does the ooze have water in it?
It
Is it a water-based?
Yes.
Excellent. Good to know.
So what was it? What was the ability to do again?
It is here.
Mara, that was menacing as fuck.
Thank you.
It
Let me
has
go for it.
disadvantage on strength checks and dexterity checks. If it takes more than one attack during its turn, it takes a d8 necrotic damage.
Okay, good.
Oh, and I do. Mark that off. And I take another 1d8 points of necrotic damage. Yeah. I'm fine.
All right, and now it is a befouled weird's turn. That one. Oh look, another target is within range. It swoops down on, or swoops up onto Titania, trying to drown her. Titania, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. 7.
7 is a failure. This befouled ooze swarms up into your space, and just sort of latches onto your face, and you feel that disgusting smelling liquid just beginning to try to invade your nostrils and your mouth. You are drowning in filth.
What if I don't need to breathe?
It doesn't matter because it's going in you.
Okay.
I mean, she can't suffocate.
I can't suffocate.
Yeah, you don't. Yes, but it does more than just suffocate you.
Sure. Okay. I'm also immune to disease and poison.
Cool. This does bludgeoning
Okay.
and necrotic damage to you.
All right.
Because
I'm-
it's also crushing you and filling you
All
with
right.
disease, with
That's
putrid
fair.
water.
I'm resistant to that.
There you go. So you take, 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 7
Okay.
points of necrotic damage.
8. Is the 7 already halved? Or not?
No, that's not halved. So you'd have to. So
Okay,
3.
so 3. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Sorry. And you are restrained. Yeah. Not being able to breathe does not change the fact that it's crushing you and shoving filthy water into your lungs.
Okay.
Damages you in other ways. As someone
All right.
as someone who has rinsed their sinuses out without adding the saline solution to the water, it hurts you even if you don't need to breathe it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Another befouled weird. This one. Actually, no, Ithram's still there. This one is going to turn and is going to try to latch onto Ithram. Ithram, I need you to make a strength saving throw. Oh, Ithram stepped away. Looked over, saw an empty chair, went, oh, well.
Ithram can drown in filth.
Well,
but
we'll wait until Ashley gets back. We'll move on to the next befoul weird. This one is going to take advantage of the fact that Satania is currently being drowned in filth to attack twice.
Sure.
A 12 and a 24.
The 24 hits.
You take 8 bludgeoning and 6 necrotic damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, sorry, I need to make another Constitution saving throw for the initial drown in filth.
Okay, yep. Hang on, let me distract the 8 and 6 you said?
Yep, 8 bludgeoning, 6 necrotic, and then 2 con saves.
Do. 21 and a 14.
Both are successful because, as we discovered with Drummond, being immune to disease does not make you immune to the physical creatures that it's trying to shove into you.
Okay.
But you resist them. Drummond.
I will start lashing out at people around me. This one is one
Like
of the,
all good dads.
Yeah. This is one of the coils?
That's Sin.
Is it? Oh, I did get next to Sin. Okay, cool.
Sin got next to you.
Okay.
There are 3 blister coils next to you, and also Sin and Ithram.
And also,
Please do not hit me.
I won't. Probably.
Look, there's chaos, there's confusion. Who knows who's where?
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna hit each of the ones around me. Well, I'll punch the one in front of Ithram twice with my regular attack. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna I'll punch the one in front of Ithram. Uh, 17.
17 hits.
Okay. I think I have to get a natural 1 to miss these guys.
You do.
So, 13. Magical damage plus
And you also take
4 points of force damage.
and you take
So
2 points of
7.
fire damage in return,
Yep.
and are on fire. Not that it matters because you're in a sewer, so you can douse it pretty easily.
Okay. All right. I will attack that one's still up and coherent. All right. I'm gonna attack the one to my right.
Okay.
Natural 1, 16.
You still hit it. I think
Okay,
natural
so
one. I think natural 1 is an automatic miss though, so we're gonna say yeah.
Yeah. Natural 1 is an automatic miss.
You would still hit it if it wasn't for the event that was automatic.
I rolled damage out of habit. Ignore that. Okay. So flurry of blows, obviously.
Ashlyn, make a strength saving throw because you a befouled weird has tried to drown you in filth.
20.
You succeed and avoid the damage.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sorry. 33 hits coming.
Yeah. So can we just use that last damage roll? 12 plus 6 force damage.
That was against which one?
That was against the one to my right.
Okay.
And then I assume I take fire damage.
Yep. You take some fire damage in return.
Activating flurry of blows. Hitting the first one again.
You took 9 points of fire damage off that hit.
Okay. It's neither a 1 nor a 20. 12 points of magical bludgeoning and 3 more points of force damage, so a total of 15.
And 1 point of fire damage in return.
All right. I hit the one near me that I haven't hit yet.
This is the next one.
The one to the just
Yeah.
to the bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom
So 25
right.
hits.
17 points of magical bludgeoning plus 6 points of force damage.
All right.
I've hit each of them once with a.
You hit the one in front of it twice, and the other two once.
Yeah. So I'm counting up my flurry of blows. And then I'm going to run up over the wall and come down here.
All right. And you have drunken swaggers or drunken sway, so they don't get attack opportunity on you.
Yup. Oh, you know what? No, before I do that, what is this?
Which one?
That's Ithram's buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use my my Eldritch Claw to hit this weird before I run.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because my flurry of blows have to be at extra targets to get the extra ones.
30 hits.
8 points against the weird plus 1 point of force damage, and then I will run over by the shark bowl and sort of plop down. How do the sharks look inside it?
Unhappy. Happy.
Are they dying? Like, are they being eaten by?
No, they look quite content.
Fuck yeah! I'm jumping in. Can I jump in?
Absolutely, you can.
Yes. All right.
The sharks are probably not real.
In a go.
All right, so I'm going to take
No, I think
I'm going to take that
the-
as an intentional failure on the giant shark bowl ooze's engulf ability.
Oh,
yep.
boy.
I'm really, really curious about what that means, considering that the ooze that you just jumped into is infused with Blood Hunter necrotic energy right now.
Well, right now,
I,
what
as a
it means
player, am
is
also very
you get it, you
interested.
jump into it. You cannot breathe. I don't know if that matters for you right now.
I just take a big old breath before I jump in,
Alright.
and I'm good for 5 minutes.
And as you jump into it, the shark bites you hard.
But I'm jumping in to punch the shark.
Yeah. The shark seems preternaturally fast inside this ooze, while you feel supernaturally sluggish.
All right. Well,
It saw you. It saw you in the fight. It was like, that looks like someone who's gonna jump in. I'm gonna hold my action and prepare to bite.
So you are now restrained,
feeling
and you take
tactical about
23 points of piercing damage.
I'm sorry to everyone, but baby shark.
No.
and by
Oozy shark, do do
Yes.
do 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 do.
Do, do,
Oozy
do,
shark,
do.
do.
No, please no. I hear it 1,000 times a day. Please stop.
by mechanical, I mean it's a mechanic and not an actual shark I can punch. But I will say, Grumman heard that you can't attack the shark, and then we cut to the meme of, and I took that personally.
So the shark and the ooze are mechanically the shark and the ooze are the same thing. They are both one creature. Attacking either one attacks the whole creature. So
yeah,
you can't
but
you can attack the shark.
yeah, but I mean it's Grummond, and he definitely is going to try to attack the shark, even if it doesn't give me any mechanical benefits whatsoever to do so. And in fact, is a fairly significant negative since I'm restrained now. But anyway, I'm going to attack the shark, please. I'm going to spend the key points to cancel out the disadvantage from being restrained.
All right.
I will just attack the shark. 32.
That hits.
And I feel like this is probably a waste of a key point given what we have gleaned thus far, but I would like the shark, I want to be very clear, not the ooze, the shark, to make a constitution save to try not to be stunned.
Okay. The shark is immune to being stunned, as is the ooze, but they're 1 unit, so.
Yeah, 18, at least 18 points of damage.
Alright.
Part of it natural bludgeoning, part of it force.
All right. That does not seem to be affected. In fact, as you punch the shark, it feels not as substantial as you feel like a shark should be.
Drummond, I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to feel disappointed.
Make a nature check for me. While you're feeling disappointed.
This is gonna go great.
The ooze
I
will let you feel
want to be
disappointed.
clear. I want to be clear. This is not me as a player being disappointed.
No, absolutely.
This is Grumman feeling bummed that this wasn't as fun to punch the shark as he thought it would be. 11.
11. So yeah, the shark doesn't feel like the shark seems like a real shark, but doesn't feel like a real shark. You're not certain where that leaves it on the real shark to what are they the fucking the monster
Anglerfish lure?
to angler, yeah. You don't know where the shark lies on real shark to anglerfish lure scale, but it is on that scale somewhere.
I feel like if it's an anglerfish lure, it's basically an anglerfish lure just for Grumman, because I don't know anyone else who's gonna jump into this motherfucker and try to punch it. But it worked on me, so hey, takes all kinds.
All right, it's a Lister Coil Weird's turn. It's going to
Oh.
punch Ithra, or try to.
Me.
Bring it.
A 13.
No.
Just
all right.
now.
Oh, one of the Blister Coil Weirds that hasn't joined the fight yet.
Oh yeah. Come close. Come here.
So this Blister Coil Weird, rather than attacking you directly, Titania, it latches onto the Blister Coil Weird right next to you, and the two of them merge.
Mm.
They gotta spend at least a turn doing a fusion dance. before
Yeah.
they're done.
No, they just sort of glop onto each other. You know, have you ever like renewed your Play-Doh by throwing more Play-Doh onto it? It's kind of like that.
Okay.
And as it does so, it gets big.
Okay. Cool.
This now enlarged Blister Coil Weird seems to be rejuvenated as it punches you. Or tries to. But a 19 probably still misses.
It misses. My armor's too fancy.
Fancy. And Befouled Weird. This is one that is not currently drowning you. So it's going to try to hit you. It actually, it is going to similarly move over and merge with the one that is drowning you.
That's okay.
It's just a bigger target for Rec to beat on.
Regaining some health and getting big. And trying to punch you. While still drowning you, obviously. But an 8 and a 16 both missed.
Yes, they do.
This Blister Coil Weird moves over here and merges with that one.
It's like a reverse mitosis up in here.
Becoming big. And then it slides over this way and merges with that one, becoming yet bigger. As it
Can it even fit in the hallway?
As it completely fills the hallway.
Bye, Grummond.
Just getting rid of a few things on the GM layer, because that way I can see better. Alright. And it's going to try to punch Sin. Oh, a natural 20.
What's your armor class? Natural 20 always hits anyways, right?
Yep. So that's going to be 25 bludgeoning damage and 32 fire damage to Sin.
Sorry. Say those numbers again.
25 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 32 fire damage.
Okay.
As it gets huge and punches you.
It sure did.
There's just like multiple sounds of the Mario super mushroom effect going off. And then it hit you and coins flew out. Valdeth.
Okay.
Was that put you at, by the way, Sid?
75.
I suppose it's time to eliminate things. Bonus action gain a sin.
How much were you at before?
What?
75 plus 57. That?
120 something.
Oh my! What's my total?
I thought you were lower than that, but I was wrong. Obviously, I was just trying to figure out what. The
No,
number
no. My what it's showing on Roll20 does not correspond to.
Gotcha.
Because when I changed to Blood Hunter, I went from like 132 hit points to 178.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Valdeth is going to flank with her father and murder it as weird.
That's weird. But 23 hits.
23 for 16 damage and 30 for that much. We're also going to pull the trigger on the gunblade for a regular shell for additional 2 damage on top of that.
All right. So that's gonna be. Still up.
And that is my turn.
Titania.
Right.
You are-
I slam my staff down, and
are
I'm going to
restrained.
cast. Yes. I'm going to cast Chain Lightning out of it.
Does that have verbal components?
It has
doesn't really
verbal,
matter.
somatic, and material, but I'm casting it out of the staff, which means I don't have to do any of those.
That's fair. All right.
Also, it didn't really matter even if it did have verbal components. Don't have to breathe.
Yep,
Yes, but
I'm.
not having to breathe does not mean that your mouth doesn't open and invite things inside.
Yeah, I'm not opening my mouth. I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
this one, and it's gonna then chain onto this big guy up here, this giant one, and this little one by me.
All right. Dexterity saves.
Dex saves, please.
1. 1, 2. So it was two blister coil weirds and 2 befouled weirds.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 16, 19, 20, and 21. All of which
None
fail.
make it.
None
They take
surprise.
48 lightning damage, and is the necrotic damage, is that also correct? Let me check on this. It's been a while since I cast a spell out of this thing. Oh yeah, and the first target is also going to take an extra. Let's see here.
The 20 from the Spirit Shroud.
Yeah. No, not Spirit Shroud. This is from a thing. First target hit by the staff on any of my turns takes some extra damage. I had it for lightning damage right now. So it takes a d6. Yeah, I don't know what the necrotic damage is coming from. That's, I think, incorrect.
It's coming from a Spirit Shroud spell, but I don't know why.
I don't know either. But it takes an extra 6 lightning in case it's not dead yet.
The amount of damage that you did, 48.
Yeah.
The 2 Befouled Weirds are dead.
Excellent.
2 Blister Coil Weirds are not.
Okay. That was my action. And let's see here. Bonus action. Everyone's still looking okay on health, I think, if I'm remembering right. So I'm not gonna do that yet. That's my turn.
Oops, man, sorry. It was 48.
Actually, I'm gonna use my yeah. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. It's the giant shark Balooza's turn. That's going to move forward 20 feet, taking ground with it. Actually, it's going to move forward 10 feet because that giant Blister Wall Weird is in the way. And the shark is going to do some bites. Oh, I see. Actually, the shark just auto bites Grummond because it's engulfed by the ooze. So Grummond, you take another 20 points of piercing damage as the shark gnaws on you. It doesn't do anything, but it looks like that shark is also like eyeing the things that are outside and around it, like it's waiting for something to get close. But it can't hit anything right now, so it's just sort of biting you and then swimming around. All right. That makes it Vespia's turn.
That
It gets a
is-
con save.
What gets a con save? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fuse ball. Right. 19.
Fuck off.
Just
Is
to
that,
be
is
sure,
that
this-
successful?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one above.
this thing's still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Vespia is going to cast. Double check. Hard Light Gauntlet.
All right, make your attacks.
Okay, sorry, it's been a while since I've used this one. I'm checking. Level, and I'm gonna cast it if it's 5th level, so I get 4 attacks.
Okay.
Nice.
$18.
18 hits.
Should I just roll all the attacks right now?
Just roll the first one, roll damage.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going back and forth here. Hold on. There we go. Now I don't have to go back.
If you just click. Oh, wait, right. You don't have it programmed, right? Okay. You
Nope.
can have Shawnee just go through your character sheet and program all your spells for you.
Okay, 8 for the first
Well,
one.
It had 2 hit points
Hard light-
left.
hard
It's
light-
dead.
Oh, cool.
Hard Light Gauntlet is
Yay.
also difficult to program because it gets varying amounts of damage.
I only had to use one. It is dead. Alright. And for the rest of her turn, she's just going to move over here.
Alright.
And that's her turn.
That's going to make it. Oh, not the GM player. Map player. Too many bodies. Too many corpses. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong. I just realized I'm on the wrong window for the stream. Y'all have just been seeing our lovely faces, but now you get to see this.
Da da da! Much better than our faces.
Ta-da!
I mean, most things are better than my face, at least. Put that back there on the map player. Ithram.
All right. Yeah. Hearing the familiar crack of energy, electricity behind him, he's going to draw the Mage King's blade, or he's going to cross the Royal Incinerator and the Mage King's blade across, and he's going to also cast Chain Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now to find out if the ooze has a thing that most oozes have.
No, he's going to use meta magic, his last meta magic, to change it from lightning to cold. So
Freeze it.
yes. So first
Chain
target,
freezing.
first
Grab my
target
Jimmy.
is this one,
Soon
the,
be
the
nice.
blister coiled, and then it's going to jump. What did? Oh, come on, guys. Sorry, somebody just knocked something over behind me. That shadow that's moving around me. So then it jumps to
Shadow.
the shark, and that unfortunately is too far away. So just those two need to make a dexterity 20.
Yeah.
The Blister Coil Weird rolled an 8, and the giant Shark Bull Ooze rolled a 4.
Wonderful. So they both take 10d8 cold damage. So 37 points of cold damage.
The Blister Coil Weird is resistant to cold damage, but still dies. And the Shark Bull Ooze gets a little bit of frosting on the side of it.
Cool. And then while it bubbles down, Ithram is going to check behind him to make sure everybody's still okay. And is Titania still engulfed?
No, Titania is no longer engulfed.
Okay.
Titania is covered in sewage, but not engulfed in it.
Oops, I'm still on that.
In fact, I think all of the befouled weirds are dead.
Ithram's going to step up to here and and he's going to yell at Rek to help Titania and protect that flank. So that's my action move. I don't really have a bonus action, so at the end of my turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to run up to here and pound on the blister coil. So
Pound
first
that
attack
weird.
is a 25.
25 hits.
Second attack is a 22.
22 hits.
Third attack is a 15.
15 hits.
Nice.
So we'll do the first 3 attacks.
Nice.
Damage. So 16, 21.
It's
So
dead.
oh damn.
It's dead on the
Alright.
first 2 hits.
Awesome. This is. Why didn't I cast this spell sooner?
I don't know. Who knows?
This is great. Get wrecked. That's why I named him this. That's me.
All right, Sin.
Alrighty.
You can get close if you want. I protect.
Yeah, let's go fuck this thing up. If it'll let me move my token.
You gotta click select, not measure.
Oh no, I was trying to click on it. It looks like. So one thing Roll20 does that's really annoying is that occasionally, if you're when you go to like snap to or the like, it won't change, and so it looks like it's still the select token. So you click on it, and then you go to move it, and then it won't move. Anyways,
That's annoying. Hi, King. This is the other one.
I move up, and I'm
He's censored.
I'm gonna hit this thing a lot.
Alright.
By a lot, I mean twice.
Price can be a lot depending on what you're hitting them with.
28
Nice.
to hit
28 hits.
for 11 slashing, 3 radiant, and 8 psychic.
All right. Make an arcana. Make a perception check, really quick.
Okay. If it's immune to psychic damage, it's not like I can change it, so.
It's not immune to psychic damage.
13.
No. You notice that it's taking damage from all the things you're hitting it with, but then it starts to like take on, like the ooze itself starts to take on like additional complexity in its like nature. Like it was hit with cold earlier, and now it's got like sort of frosty, like a frosty coat around it. When you hit it with the radiant energy, it sort of started glowing slightly also, and then when the psychic energy hit it, it took on a slightly purplish hue.
Okay.
That's what you notice.
Is there another roll I can get to determine what that might mean?
Make a nature check.
All right. I need to check something. This does not count as fey, fiends, or undead.
No,
correct?
it is an ooze.
All right.
Feature type ooze.
13.
It's hard to tell. Some oozes take on properties like
Right.
you know that oozes take on the elemental properties all the time. When they do, they change what they look like. You've never seen one that looks like multiple things,
Oh,
though, so you
shit.
don't know what that
I
means.
should. Hold on. I may not know those things because I am exhausted.
Ah.
Oh.
I should
No
roll
idea.
both of I should roll both of those. Re-roll both. Okay, no idea. That's fine.
Yeah. No idea.
Sure. Damn it, Drummond.
You have a second attack though, so go ahead.
No, just do it. Just do it. Do it.
I don't think you want me to just do it.
Do it.
Do it.
This character's
Well,
played
it
out.
doesn't matter. I can't. No, I was thinking son.
Played out. His son's dead. Do it.
So yeah, I'm just attacking a 19.
Send me to my buttery boy.
14 slashing.
Jesus.
And another 8 psychic damage.
Don't you have like a biological daughter too to be worried about?
Several.
Multiple children.
Yeah,
I've
a
got
few.
3 of them. I'm 2 other sons, but
None of them were as important
they'll be
as
fine.
as Scuzz.
Apparently, they don't matter.
Now
They
you
don't
know.
have their own.
Now you know why his daughter hates him so much.
They don't- His entire character concept was that he was tired of hanging out with his family, so he left to go to the fucking frigid north and dig in a hole.
Is that the end of your turn, son?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
All right, Grummond.
He
I
would have
will-
gotten tired
I-
of eventually.
I'm going to let you know, by the way, Craig.
Wow. Sorry,
The
say that
shark
again?
and the ooze are the same creature. They're one creature, so they do not count as separate creatures for your drunk flurry of blows thing.
I know.
Just letting you know that mechanically.
I know that as a player.
It cannot bite itself.
Grumman doesn't though. That would be fucking amazing.
It's just food coloring that's going on the inside.
It's a shark.
It's
shaped
the
food
fruit
coloring.
inside of Jello.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just like swirling around in here, right?
Yeah, you are restrained. You can't breathe.
Nice, acidic, bitey sort of mandarin orange in there.
It's not acidic, right? we
Not at the moment.
Not yet.
until somebody does that to it. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. What? Yeah, we don't want to do lightning to it, right?
I don't know.
I did cold.
I know what I want to do to it. Well, I'm waiting for my turn.
All right.
Titania wants to also willingly fail that dex save.
Oh, it is actually my turn. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's your turn.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I am sorry, everybody.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm gonna punch it. Natural 20, motherfucker.
Nice.
You hit. You do have disadvantage because you're restrained.
Can I retroactively have spent the key points I meant
Yes,
to
you
do
can
that?
spend that keyboard. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so is that with the?
It did not roll it twice. No.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, so it did. It's the 14 plus the 6.
Oh, I see.
So
I see.
Plus 2d6 force damage, so an additional 8, so 28 points from inside it.
Make a perception check with disadvantage because you're inside it.
Okay, and it is because of Crusher. Everybody has advantage on it now.
Ooh.
Perception with disadvantage. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you, Craig, are jet lagged.
Yes. 12.
You notice that it's that the ooze is rippling in a weird way.
All right.
That's all you notice.
There's something strange about this shark-filled ooze. Anyway, I punch it again, and now it's just flat because everybody has advantage on the attacks.
Yep.
Fucking reactions, they're there. 17.
That
Oh,
hits.
With disadvantage, I should check and see. 18.
You just said you don't have disadvantage because of Crusher.
God, you're right.
It's all right. 17 hits.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Do you need to go get some coffee, Craig?
No, because that'll just screw me up entirely. I'm gonna just, like I said, hey, I'm playing Grummond. I don't need to be much sharpest. In fact, this is probably making me be more Grummond than ever.
Fair.
4 more force damage, and then I will flurry of blows, I guess, because I'm not going anywhere. 34.
Hits.
13 magical bludgeoning, plus 5 points of force damage, and gonna go again. 22.
Hits.
11 points of magical bludgeoning,
Mhm.
plus 5 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Make another perception check. This one with advantage.
Oh, cool. $19.
So, you realize why it was rippling weird. You've been hitting it a lot from inside, And you realize that the back end of the ooze has distended outwards from the force of your blows. Like it's being stretched away from you.
Okay. Like it's trying to split off, or like it's about to break?
For some reason, someone named Newton comes into your mind.
Okay. I'm too tired to think of a good joke. All right.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I would just like to thank all of my fellow Final Show castmates for not making the very obvious joke that I must always be too tired then. You all are far too kind and I do not deserve you. No, I think that's everything I got on my turn.
Valdeth.
This thing is the only thing left around.
Correct. And yet, the fight music still plays.
I weirdly do not hear the fight music. I just hear the sewer sounds.
I don't.
I'm not getting
Neither
anything.
do I.
Do you have Sirenscape on?
Yeah.
I have Sirenscape open, but it's again
I just
doing
went
the thing.
over to it. It's
Refresh?
Still...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, I refreshed multiple times.
Because I'm hearing the music.
Nope.
Yeah, it wouldn't play for me at all.
Are
I
you
refreshed
in
once.
the are you in the right? Did you create a new instance of it?
No. I didn't
Really
think I
quick,
did.
hit share audio and put on the right hand side of the sound bar and put that in the Slack or wherever the share button is. I don't remember where it is in the main thing.
Yes, that is a different player link.
That is a different instance.
Huh. It must have refreshed on Sirenscape's end. That's weird. We didn't think it did that.
Hey, look, it's sound.
Hey.
In any event. Blurg. A bonus action, generate send, and then spend one of them to activate NP. As I kill this thing from a distance.
The audience has been enjoying the music the whole time, so
That's not a natural 20.
there you go.
Nice.
I'll put a Blood Fury charge into that.
Okay.
And pull the trigger on the gunblade. So that is 24 slashing, 12 radiant, 27 necrotic, and 10 more slashing.
All right.
And then second attack, 29 to hit. For 11 slashing and 8 more radiant.
All right. Anything else in your turn?
That is it.
Titania.
Excellent. I am going to wade forward through these bodies.
Over.
If I may.
They're merging with the sewer system, really.
Yeah. Until I am within 30 feet of this thing. Yeah, there we go. And then I would like to cast. Can I damage this thing by casting Destroy Water?
You can try.
Okay. Because it does. The description is this: I can destroy 10 gallons of water in an open. The question is
It's not really in a
ooze
container, it's a
an
creature.
open. Yeah, but it's like one of those gel packs.
It's the shark.
Make a
boba.
nature check for me.
Okay. Thank you. Let me see. 18?
You're pretty certain that this ooze does not qualify as an open container.
Damn it. Alright, fine, I won't cast that. I'll do something boring.
Fuck yeah, we
So
got him
many
on the
city
street.
ordinances.
You're also pretty certain
just-
it's not the same kind of water you'd expect it to be.
What, I don't know what that means. Now I'm very curious. Okay.
Insert mouse eyebrow gif.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack with Nimbus then, the ranged attack, because I don't want to get close to that thing.
All right.
There's too many people up there already. The 20 hits, I assume.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Awesome. It does 13 bludgeoning, and I forgot this last time. This is why you take notes, Mara. Mark of Death adds. Ooh.
If it's relevant for all that damage type absorption stuff it's doing, all that slashing damage I did was actually thunder damage because it was empty.
Oh, that is relevant. Thank you.
It also does 12 necrotic damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Its turn. So, Grummond, you watch as... Do you realize that the shark has gotten longer as the ooze has been descending with every strike? And the ooze is now, like, stretched almost all the way to the end of the hallway with all the hits it's been taken, and it's taken on a whole lot of different colors and properties. And there's the sound of, like, a rubber band going taut. And all of you watch as the ooze solidifies back into its normal shape very quickly. So, in addition to the shark bite, Grummond, you also take a d4 of every type of damage that was dealt to it, and an extra d4 for every instance of that type of damage, not including slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing.
Sorry.
Oh shit.
How much shark bite damage did I take?
So the shark bite damage
I'll have to find out.
is 31 points of shark bite damage.
All right.
And now the bounce back.
Is Grumman within 5 feet of me technically since he's engulfed?
Yes,
Oh wait, this isn't an attack roll though.
correct.
This
It's
is
just
happening.
auto damage for anything that's inside the ooze.
Sorry.
Wait, maybe it's an environmental hazard.
Let's see. Hang on, I have to count.
If it was an environmental hazard, Ithrim should be in there because I get a resistance to those.
I know. That's what I
One.
was joking about. You're like always,
2, 3, 4 instances of necrotic damage. 1, 2, 3. Was the radiant damage also turned to thunder, Shawnee?
Let me double check the wording on NP. If it just changes if it changes all the weapon damage, then yes. But let me double check. Samurai. Yeah, jutsu style. Makes this attack and damage roll as though you were going to make a melee weapon attack. Attacks made in this way deal thunder damage. So yes, all of it would have been changed to thunder.
Okay. So then only 2 instances of radiant damage? And then 1 instance of cold. 4 instances of force.
The necrotic damage came from the tattoo, not from the attack, though, so that would still be separate damage.
Yeah, that's why I included that in the 4 necrotic damage.
This is gonna be like a 9th level magic missile.
How many attacks did you do there?
Me?
2? No, Valdas. 2 instances of thunder.
I only did, 2 instances of thunder damage.
And I realize I'm extra. You may have already calculated this, but I also maybe pack an extra powder in my own petard here. But I hit it for at least 5 times with force damage.
Oh, 5 instances. Thank you.
Yeah, because once from the first time through, and then 4 in my most recent round.
I think it was lightning, which would have been extra spicy, but Oh well.
Just a little bit of every damage type.
We shiv and
sprinkled
burn.
in.
All right, so you take 12 points of necrotic damage, 3 points of radiant damage, 2 points of cold damage, 11 points of force damage, and 4 points of thunder damage. As it snaps back.
You may want to total that up for Drummond.
32.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell it to me one more time because I was not listening to any of that.
So 12 points of necrotic damage, 3 points of radiant damage, 2 points of cold damage, 11
Slow it
points
down,
of force damage,
No, I got it.
and 4 points of thunder damage for a total of 32 points of damage.
32. All right.
So 31 from the shark bite and another 32 from the bounce back.
Got it.
So that was just at the start of its turn. How you doing?
Still up.
All right, cool. Now it's going to make 2 attacks. 1 bite and 1 pseudopod. As the shark leaps out and then bites at Sin and then shorts back into the ooze, and a pseudopod lashes out at Ithram.
See, now that's not like an anglerfish lure. That's like an eel's second set of jaws situation.
A
What's
natural
yours?
20 to bite Sin,
Fucking.
Worse.
and a natural 20 to hit Ithram. Wow. All the other weirds were doing shit, all so that this one could do cool stuff. So that's going to be 18 plus 19 points of piercing damage on Sin.
Okay.
And then 19 and 14 points of bludgeoning damage on Ithram.
It's 33.
As it spoils. The shark, almost acting like a clawed hand, just reaches out, bites, and then yoinks back. And then it's going to move forward. Twice. So I need Valdeth, Sin, and Ithram to make dexterity saving throws.
$27.
Fucking.
Slow ass motherfuckers.
Let's see.
27 succeeds, so you get to move. You get to not get engulfed. So you get to be. Honestly, you can be on either side of it, Sin, if you want to be in front or behind it.
Behind sounds good to me.
Ithram and Valdeth, are you doing anything with those 9s?
I don't think a 14 is gonna help a whole lot. So,
I don't think I can do anything with that.
and I can only use it for my reaction for Arcane Bulwark or Saving Face. So, not both. So, no, I'm not.
All right. Well, you both get engulfed,
I'll take a breath while it rolls over. I'll be like, oh.
and as you are engulfed, the shark auto bites both of you. 32 damage to Ithram and 23 damage to Valdeth. And you are now also in the slime.
Drummond waves at both of you, like one eye swollen shut, just beat to shit, parts of his skin turning really unpleasant colors.
Valdeth, meanwhile, has just passed below 200 hit points.
Congratulations.
Same.
Congratulations.
Same.
I remember those days.
Congratulations. All right. Vespia. The ooze comes for you, too.
I'm sure it does.
Ithram is giving a thumbs up from the inside of the shark bowl.
Vespia is not amused.
It has taken a lot of damage for what it's worth. Like, it doesn't absorb all that damage, it just, like, deals it back, so it's still hurting.
Vespia will move forward closer to this thing, which is only a good idea.
You guys have only been married 2 weeks already. Your husband's off.
Not
to
even.
Circle after
No, like a week, I think.
Not even a week yet. It's
Not
been
even a week yet?
days. No, because we
yeah, you still had the
bonus.
Mowage bonus.
Gosh.
Not even a week then, and already hanging out at the Shark Bowl with his buddies instead of hanging out with you.
Okay.
I just love the image of Ithram going, "No, I'm fine. It's great."
Yeah, no, but Vespia will yell, "Put that away! You're not good!"
Put that away. Just put it back in your bag.
She's talking to the shark.
Drop it. Drop it.
You wanna hit it with some magic?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna cast a Hard Light Gauntlet at this thing.
All right, give it some more force damage.
Yeah.
Ithram taps shield, like, hit here.
You cannot Captain America your way out of the suits.
24.
Don't try me.
24 hits.
Again, should I roll damage after each one that hits?
Yeah, it's got enough hit points. Yeah, just roll. Just go ahead and roll all your attacks, and then we'll roll damage.
Okay.
For this one.
24.
24 hits.
12.
Natural one misses.
Yeah. 18.
18 hits.
Okay, cool.
So 1d12, 2d12, and then 1d12.
Well, not
Or
40.
does it cancel
the
if you
fourth
miss,
attack?
or
It's the fourth
No.
hit. It's
It's
only
the
the third
fourth
hit.
third hit? So
So it's 3.
yeah, 1d12,
It's
2d12,
1,
and
2,
then
3.
3d12. Yeah.
Okay, so
I forget that's how
60.
that's how that spell works.
It's each successive hit, not just the attack.
6d12 of force damage. I think is force damage, but
44.
3 instances of force damage. From my
Yes, 3 instances of
calculations.
force damage.
44.
44. It's hurting.
As Vespia is shouting at the shark, "Spit it out!"
Those of you that are
Love it.
inside, now that you've seen it once, you can see the ooze beginning to distend from the force of the blows. Ithram.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, why not?
Whatever it is, do it.
Yeah. I mean, I got a free one. I might do that. Okay. Yeah, just using no, it's gonna be okay. I like how I use that to justify it. He's gonna use the breath in his lungs, and you watch his diaphragm kind of pull in, and he's just gonna exhale and cast Cone of Cold out the. Oh shit! No, Sin's back there. Fuck! No, he's not gonna do that. Damn it. Okay, never mind.
Cast it up. You are literally in it. You can angle it in any direction.
That's fair. Yeah. Can I angle it down and make it hit the ceiling?
Angle it down and make it hit the ceiling?
The Shark Bowl ooze.
Oh, I see.
Probably doesn't have enough propulsion, but Cone of Cold so that it doesn't hit Sin.
Okay, so you're aiming it down. Alright, go ahead.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's real good at
DC
these.
20. DC 20.
Roll to 21.
Alright. Well, casting it at 7th level, so yeah. Or no, not 7th. We'll just do it at 5th.
It feels bad to
So-
count Cone of Cold as one instance of cold damage, but it is one.
For 38 points of cold damage.
Halved to
19.
19. Thank you. Alright. Anything else?
Is it verbal commands?
Yeah, you are
Last command.
actively
yeah,
choking now.
Yeah. Because the last command he gave Rek was hold that flank, or protect that flank. So Rek's gonna stay over there and just hold its action. It's gonna step there and then hold its action. If anything else gets closer, beat the shit out of it. Because I can't telepathically command it.
Alright. So, what's your Constitution modifier?
7.
Alright, so you have 7 rounds before you just drop to 0.
Yeah.
Alright. Sin!
Alrighty. Well, I'm not doing great, but that's fine.
You're not inside it, which is the important part.
Yes, this is true. That is definitely a good thing. I am going to. Oh, no, I'm gonna hit it. I'm just. What else am I gonna do to it? Is the question.
Cut off the tail that's slowly growing.
Slowly becoming oblong.
You know what? That'll work. That'll work. So I'm a hit it. Do I count as flanking with anybody? I legitimately
Vespia.
can't tell.
With
Okay,
Vespia.
good.
I like that Valda's dad is because he's incorporeal, so he's not stuck in the ooze, but he is just hanging out there with her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional support.
30 points.
You're doing
nice.
great.
So that was a crit for 20
42.
slashing, 10 radiant,
Nice.
and
Nice.
12 psychic damage.
Nice. Oh, I forgot the psychic
Um,
damage. Grummond.
Take 1d4 psychic damage.
4 points of psychic damage as well. That was what I forgot.
And
I kind of wish that killed me, but it doesn't.
Don't worry,
I
it will
am-
next round.
Oh, I only have 20 hit points left. I am almost gone.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm at 38. I'm right.
But I started at 239.
I know. No, you started above me. I still wasn't low though, and I have 178.
Now this has been shockingly brutal.
So I am hitting it with a brand of castigation.
All right.
Oh hell yeah.
Which means that this part doesn't really matter much because hopefully either we're gonna kill it or it's gonna kill me. One of the two. But I always know the direction to the branded creature as long as it's on the same plane as me.
Good.
Each time the branded creature deals damage to you or another creature you can see within 5 feet of you. And that wording is weird. I assume it means the creature, the person that takes damage has to be within 5 feet of it. I don't know if I'm within 5 feet.
You're
of
technically
the
within
people
5 feet of
inside.
everyone that's inside it because it's
Okay,
they're occupying the same
then
space.
it will take 8 psychic damage.
Interesting. Okay.
Just 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And this lasts either until I dismiss it or I apply it to another creature.
Okay.
No time limit.
Gotcha.
It can be dispelled,
That's
but
pretty
it's
effective.
dispelled as if it's a level 9 spell. So,
Okay.
and then my second attack
30 hits.
is for 15 slashing, 7
Oh.
radiant.
It was
And
2
9
instances of psychic damage.
Oh,
So that's what the base brand of castigation does, but every order gives it a bonus. What does yours do?
oh, that's a good question.
Another 2 psychic damage coming. Just nickel and diming.
Oh,
the
yeah.
damage.
It also cannot take the dash action.
Which he wasn't
And
doing
if
anyways.
it tries to fair, if it tries to teleport or leave the current plane, do an ability, spell, or portal, it takes 46 psychic damage and has to make a wisdom saving throw, otherwise the teleport fails.
I am going to homebrew a blinking ooze now because you have given me that idea.
It's a bowl full of blink sharks.
just an ooze that engulfs things and then teleports to the astral plane. Just like boom, boom. And then you're just there floating going, fuck.
Yep. Oh shit, I forgot. I'm a rogue. Also, it takes
1 sneak attack damage.
no, because that would have 100% been on the crit. 4 extra damage.
4 sneak attack damage. I love it.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit counts.
Hey, if it's trying to nickel and dime me, we can nickel and dime.
That is my turn.
Nickel and
I
dime
gotta,
it right
I gotta
back.
say, Jeremy, that I forget the name of the ability, but that thing where it's like you hit it once and it has to be dispelled.
Brand
And
of
that thing,
castigation.
that is clutch.
It is, yeah. It's fucking,
That is
it's
cool.
fucking evil.
Grumman,
Like-
it's your turn.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, the brand of castigation is one of the coolest features of the more recent editions of the Blood Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Grumman's pretty sure he's going out in a blaze of fishbowl sewer glory. So, lunchtime.
Just how you always thought you would die in a sewer.
Yeah, he's looking around. He's like in a sewer, attacking a ooze shark in a thing. He's like, this is how I thought it would go in a thought bubble. I'm not speaking. I don't want to drown.
I love the idea that Grumman like has like a journal somewhere that goes, for some reason, I've just got a feeling I'm gonna go out in a sewer somewhere, fighting an ooze with a shark inside it. And
It's
then
like-
he saw
like
the ooze
the
and
old-
he saw the ooze and the shark, and it was like, it's my time!
Just like the old witch said I'd go.
Yeah, his memoirs just like Rebecca De Mornay style. Like last night, I went to sewer ooze again.
Both of those hit.
Third one's a natural 20,
Hits, yeah.
and that 21. So,
All for
and
it.
again, crusher. So if this doesn't kill it, it is crushed. So everybody will have advantage on it. So 19 plus 6, so 25. You know what? Let me just roll them this way. It's 18. Another 18 plus 12 force damage. And then 10 and 15, and then doing it this way so you can track it. Another 6 force.
Marks.
And another 6 force. Holy shit!
Getting very
6
low. It is getting very
4
not,
6s
not
in a
dead
row.
yet, but it is low. All right,
That's my turn.
Valdeth.
All right, well, it's not surviving back to get back to his turn.
Are you excited for the stipulation that when it dies, it unleashes one more of these,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be?
Bonus action, gain Sen, and then spend all 5 of it for Midare Setsugeka.
Which one is that one?
I'm going to make 5 attacks now
Oh, hell yeah.
with
Let's do
advantage
it.
because it's been
Let's do
crushed.
it. Let's do it. Hit. 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 Crit.
And there's the one that I put the Blood Fury into. And the Gunblade shot. Ta-da.
Your
And
math here, man.
That's 24 plus 22 is 50. That was 61 on that attack.
nice.
Plus the 12 would be 73.
Hell yeah.
Not dead yet, but close.
Counting all of that, 73 plus everything else.
90 points of damage.
It was getting really low.
It from its total hit points, it is very low.
We're talking percentage counts here.
There's no way that's 90 points of damage if that one attack was 73.
15, 7, 4, 7, 15, 8, 11, 3, 14, 6, 13, 1. Oh, I missed the 13 and the 1. Hang on. Sorry, that's... $104.
Okay.
Still up, but again, low. It's a giant ooze. It's a bag of hit points.
I mean, fair.
Anything else? It's a bag of
That's
hit points.
140 points of damage.
140? Where did I miss
Yeah.
40 at? Hang on. 13, 1, 14.
There's 14 plus 20. 14 plus 20 is 31. 31.
Yeah.
Plus 14 is 45. Plus 23 is 68.
1 plus...
Plus 68,
14 plus 6 plus
24
11
would
plus 3
be
plus
92.
plus 8 plus
92, 114.
15 plus 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus... Oh, I missed the 13 and the 11. Hang on.
25. 137.
128. I let Roll20 do the math for me.
Okay, all of our calculators are being really weird because I literally added those numbers all together and got 140.
I just let Roll20 add it together. Unless I'm missing something there.
Yeah, the
Let's see.
2d10 at the end.
Yeah, the 2
Well,
dependent.
that would
Oh,
make it
okay.
140.
That's
And
And
right.
I,
That's why I missed
my
it.
math
Okay.
was in my head,
Let me
so
readjust here. Hang on.
it could easily be 120. Yeah, 128 plus 12 is 140.
Yep. Okay. Still up, but again.
We've got it down to its last
Tanya.
10% of hit points. The problem is it had 1,000.
Tanya. You're muted?
You're
Or I can't
muted.
hear you.
So I am. I can either attack or I can heal you all.
I mean,
Attack.
do you think you can kill it?
I'll try.
Because if you can't, we need the health.
Okay, I'm gonna
DM
step
is saying
up.
attack.
Ithram's thumb is still up.
Okay. I'm gonna step right up
He's gonna
here.
break that.
I'm gonna step right up here, and
Okay.
I'm gonna swing my. Well, no, I'm gonna step up here. I'm gonna swing my scythe at it.
Okay.
Here we go.
What's the reach on your scythe?
It's 10 feet. It's a
You're
reach
fif-
weapon.
You're 15 feet away from it.
Is it? Am I?
Ooh,
Okay.
5 feet.
All right. I'll move up there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the edge of the blister coil
Yeah.
that got bigger.
Gotcha. And I swing at it.
Go ahead. How many attacks do you have with your scythe?
2. Why do I have 2 of these? What's happening here? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. 19.
19 hits.
Awesome. And a 23.
23
Let's
hits.
do damage. It's 12 slashing, 11 necrotic. And 12 slashing, 11 necrotic. Very
Okay.
You get
consistent.
the extra
Very
for the
consistent.
first hit.
I get a d6 of lightning as well. So 3.
Oh, did you
When
do extra
this
lightning damage to it
explodes-
earlier?
Oh
Yes.
no.
I had
Oh,
already
no.
said that one. And
I
I,
missed
think it got
that.
added in.
I missed lightning.
No, because there had not been any lightning added in.
How much was
I
the
thought you said
How much
lightning.
was the lightning damage earlier? No, thunder, not lightning. How much was the lightning damage earlier?
Okay. I do not remember. I think it was 6.
We'll go with 6.
Yep.
All right, and another 3.
Yep.
Is that the end of your
Is
turn?
it still? No, it's not. Hang on, let me look at things.
Howdy doody doody.
Bonus action. What can I do to
So,
it?
because I missed it earlier, I didn't get a chance to explain this. It is healed from lightning damage.
Oh,
In addition to adding it to the crackback.
Got it.
It actually adds lightning damage. It adds to all of its attacks, not just the crackback. So.
Okay. Well.
Sin, take another 3 points of lightning damage. Ithram, take another 1 point of lightning damage. And Grumman, take another.
Everyone, let me see how
4
many
points of lightning
Did I do
damage.
this once?
Sorry, I don't know why I rolled that one GM, but I don't know why I rolled the 4 on you, Grumman. I did.
Drummond, you get all of the things that were necrotic damage, you get that as temporary HP. So you have 22 temporary HP.
Alright.
Nice.
Yeah,
So,
you're welcome.
because of
Hang
the...
on, I still have a
Oh, go ahead.
bonus action.
Go ahead,
I
bonus
still have a
action.
bonus action. I
Alright.
have to figure out what I'm doing with my bonus action.
Okay.
I have some options here.
You
Let's
can
see.
deal yet more damage. That'd probably be ideal.
I can, yes.
Go ahead.
I feel like Sen
It's
is
real
like,
low. It's only got
yes,
150 more
do
hit
more
points.
damage,
Do more
knowing that it's just barely gonna survive, and then
Yeah.
unleash that much extra damage onto.
Yeah, Sin's expression's scaring me right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I want to see what happens. This is going to be fun, no matter what happens. I'm looking at the numbers.
Drummond had a good run.
You know he did.
The thing is, because the crackback comes all in one big explosion, it actively can't kill anyone unless it then also tries to eat them directly.
Unless there's some kind of weird circle of death or death magic like stipulation. Or
I don't feel like an
disintegrate
ooze is going to have
stipulation.
that in particular.
No.
This is a fucking third party a monster. It can have anything.
It's also a modified third-party monster, so.
Because balance means nothing in third party systems.
No,
I love
they're,
third party systems.
they're pretty
but-
balanced, just not when I go ahead and tinker them to make them more, to make them a
Also
challenge
fair.
for a level 20 party of this size.
And to be clear, I'm not even complaining about the fact that they're not balanced, because when you have balanced combat encounters, the monsters lose every time.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Tanya?
I am going to step back.
That it?
Back this way, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. Solely because of the healing from the lightning damage,
Damn it.
it is at
Wait,
one
is it going
hit point.
to try and take an attack of opportunity on me?
No.
I was going to say, if you could have done any more damage.
I could have if it hit me.
It has 1 hit point left. So it's going to die to the curse that was placed on it when it
Yes,
hits the
it
3 of you
is.
that are inside it.
Oh my god!
So Jeremy gets the kill.
not
see.
to ruin the celebration. Didn't it already save against that curse and get rid of it?
No, that was the first
this
curse.
Is the this
Oh,
is
the
the
brand
this is
of castigation,
It's
yes.
the brand of
that's right, yeah.
castigation.
Yeah.
Solely
Not that.
because of the clutch brand of castigation curse, it is going to die when it hits you.
That is amazing.
That's why I was excited, because I was watching the number get closer and closer to like low enough for the brand to kill it. I was like, is Titania going to kill it, or is it going to die to the brand? And it's going to die to the brand. But first,
My brand.
I'm just going to do this all as one roll. So Ithram, Valdeth, and Grummond take 15 points of piercing damage from the shark. And then
Does it hit them all at once? It's not like a thing where.
anything that's inside it takes the damage at the start of its turn.
Damn it. Okay.
Which means it's all one
Yeah.
source of damage.
Does it
you
actually?
can do
Alright.
Well, because the shark is a separate ability from the explosion. Does it actually die on the shark rather than the explosion?
It's it's all part of the same ability. It's all the same crackback. It's just flavored as being the shark and the snapback. Hang on. Lost count of how many instances of things were happening. Okay. From there. 1, 2, 3. 3 force. 1 cold. 2 radiant, 2 psychic. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 more force, so 3 plus 5, 8 force damage. 8 points of 8d4 force damage.
If you stick a straw into an ooze, does it then become an open container because you've got like the interior end? I'm just contemplating things.
Is Jello an open container?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever
It
contains
totally
it
is.
might be an open container,
Yeah,
but
because
the
if I
Jello
drop
itself,
a piece of Jello on the floor, I'm like, that has been the whole thing.
the
is
sewer
contaminated.
system is not a container for the ooze.
Au contraire. Because
Good-
if you
good-
have a straw in it, you have
good
the
try,
end, and one
good
end is on the
try.
inside, and one end is on the outside.
No.
It's a clear tube into the ooze.
Question:
Yes.
Is this actually an environmental hazard, or is that
No.
just a joke?
That was a joke
Damn
that
it.
Grumman made, not me.
Damn it!
One. Those were just. You weren't using NP for that, right, Williams? So that was all
No,
slashing
that was
and
all
radiant.
slashing
so,
damage and then radiant damage.
radiant. So 1, 2,
And then the 1 instance of necrotic damage.
4 more instances of radiant on top of the initial 2. So that's 2.
The light one wouldn't
6.
count because it didn't damage the ooze. It was a healing.
Correct. But you did give it 2 instances of necrotic to stack with the 1 instance. so
Yes,
3
I
instances of necrotic
did,
damage.
but yeah, I'm trying
And
to
also,
lessen
it'll
the
still
blow.
Yeah.
deal an extra D4 of lightning damage anyways because it's been
Yes.
charged.
Yep. And yeah, the extra D4 of lightning damage is just on top of it. All right. So we've got 8d4 force damage, 6d4 radiant damage, 2d4 psychic damage, 3d4 necrotic damage, and 1d4 lightning damage.
Just roll.
Hang on. It fucked it. Hang on. Oh, I see. I missed a bracket. Missed a bracket. Okay. So that's to Grummond, Ithram, and Valdeth. 18 points of force damage. 21 points of radiant damage.
I'm out.
5 points of psychic damage. 8 points of necrotic damage. And 1 point of lightning damage.
Yeah. Important question. Do
Yes.
those all count as one hit collectively?
One
Or are
collective
they
hit, yes.
sequential hits? Okay.
One collective hit.
Because otherwise I'm dead. But otherwise I'm just in that case I'm just out.
You know, no, it does not machine gun you with death saves. And then it takes 8 damage from the brand of castigation and dies. So it's extended quite a ways, and then it snaps back and explodes, just splattering all across the sewer and leaving Grummond face down in the sewage, slowly drifting downriver, and the others
no.
standing in it.
No.
Someone
It's
grab
rewarded
him. And the
bottom.
sharks?
Yeah.
Since it was psychic damage, can the shark's head have exploded?
The shark's everything exploded.
Delightful.
The shark is now chum in the waters.
Irony.
Grab
Ithram.
Grummond. I'm going
Yeah,
to cast.
Ithram. So is Ithram. He's gonna grab him by his back and cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
So as you both scramble to grab Grummond and heal him and wake him back up as he's face down in the sewage, We're going to take a quick break at that point, at the end of the combat. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Oh, if you're watching live, please do these cross messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Bye.
we're back. A dinosaur story.
I did it yesterday.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You did.
So,
Did you?
No.
Yes, very, very
I didn't
quiet,
hear
very
it.
quietly at the
Very
start.
quietly, and then Jack tried to stop her.
Yeah,
Yep.
no. We specifically, and we're back. And that's it. Nothing else.
No, I added it.
Yeah, she did like at the very beginning, right when we came back, and then
Super proud.
I missed it.
so, why did we get followed by someone named Mr. Manager is a piss baby?
I mean, apparently Mr. Manager is a piss baby.
Because
I mean, I'm not
Get you to say
surprised,
They like
but
quality entertainment.
I was just going to say, I would assume that.
I mean, I'm not.
Just to get you to repeat it.
I mean, hey, congratulations, and also I agree. Anyways.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I do feel like that fits our ethos.
oh,
so
it
it's
absolutely
fine.
fits our ethos. Anyways, so Drummond, you awake with 23 hit points as you are revived face down in the sewer.
46, because there's another 23 from Titania or
46.
whatever.
Yep.
Hit points.
Yeah.
Double.
A total 46.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everyone gets 23 hit points.
And you, Grumman, get an additional 23 from Ithram.
Yep.
Whoa! I got no.
You're not in the shark anymore.
Bad news, Crumman. You're not dead yet.
Grumman just sort of punches right in front of him.
There is something foul in your beard.
Let's get you up, and he'll, since he's got you by the back of your shirt, he'll lift you up.
All right,
Sit you.
I'll
and then cast prestidigitation on anybody that wants it.
Oh,
Yes!
Legas. Where did you get that spell?
I'm pretty certain Ithram did this last session. Everyone had the exact same reaction.
We're gonna have the same reaction no matter what.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's fair.
That's much better. And
I finally unlocked this supreme power after level 21.
Vespia will just shoot him a look and say, I guess you're not above this anymore.
I never said I was.
You just acted like it.
Sure.
Grumman is chugging out of a flask.
I'm walking over here and I'm just peeking around the corner.
Did we lose our guide?
I don't know. Mentally, Flo,
Yeah.
still with us.
Yeah. Stuck though.
Where are you stuck?
I'm
And
at the
how
I'm
are
I'm,
you
I'm at
stuck?
the exit, but I can't get out. There's a really, really nasty snake here.
Which way from where I am?
You get a sense. Hang on one second.
Prestidigitation on Vespia. Clean her up. Anybody else is covered in shit.
Please.
You get a sense that it is this way.
I hold the
Okay.
flask to Ithram.
We'll be right there. Look back. Are we good to keep going? Do we need a moment?
Aye, let's everyone else all right?
All right-ish.
I'm okay. And he'll take a swig, just a single small swig from Grumman's flask.
It's essentially a julep, but like heavy on the mint. And with a little bit,
He stifles a cough just because he's not used to mint.
and it's like a little bit of that like Fernet Branca, like almost medicinal, like mouthwash taste to it as well.
Wonderful.
So looking around, Sin, it looks like on the right-hand side, there's a hallway that continues down for a bit before it collapses. And the left-hand side, the sort of sewage flow continues.
We need to go north, and apparently
What's
our friend is prevented from exiting
east?
by a big north from
Yeah.
immediately north, and then
All right.
by a big nasty snake.
Before we run into a snake, hang on a second. And I'm going to cast Healing Spirit, and I can have it restore 7d6 hit points. So I'm gonna distribute that as 4 to Sin and 3 to Grummond. So here's your hit points. 18 and 7.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's
get
not plus
18.
anything.
thank you, Titania. That's quite
Yeah.
nice. Would it be worth just stopping for a breather at some point, or are we just gonna kind of go?
I mean, I wouldn't be horribly opposed.
Once we meet with these, the camp that is
I think that, yes.
flows
How
leading us to.
do we know how much further?
No,
Not
which is
much.
probably shouldn't be too much longer, but finding it is probably the better idea. Resting there.
That's fair.
This snake is between us and it, or
I think the snake's between Flo and the exit, so probably in the pipes.
Correct. That would seem somewhat accurate, or just on the other side of the exit. One of the two.
All right, let's go.
All right.
lead the way.
All right, so I'm going to move you all, just
Okay.
to shortcut this bit a bit further. Who's leading?
I will.
Valdeth and Sin, because Sin's the one who's in telepathic contact.
We sort of
Ithram will be close
single file marching
behind.
order. So
Valdeth standing directly in front of Sin with Sin pointing the way because she can do that over Valdeth's shoulder.
I think that's fair considering hit point levels right now.
Yeah.
all right, so Sin.
Rec will be up towards the front as well.
Valdeth,
I'll take the back. I'm keeping an eye out on our rear.
Titania. Ithram, Vessia.
Sure.
All right, so you take a couple of turns. One takes you into another long corridor that ends looking at sort of a makeshift bridge that comes out into another sort of tunnel here. And then you come down, and immediately on one side of this tunnel there is an entryway that goes to a much nicer looking room. This looks like it's probably the bottom portion of some facility. And Valdeth, as you come around the corner, you see what looks like a large for the species, but not like mechanically large. It's a small creature. Snake. That turns and looks at you. And just lets off a hiss.
All right. Anyone know what the fuck that thing is? Aside from a snake, obviously.
Grummond has opened his mouth and then just closes it as you finish your sentence.
Can I see it?
If you move up, you can see it.
Yeah. Can I tell what kind of snake that is?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
Give me
gonna.
give me a
nature?
nature check. Yeah.
And it's not a Fey Fiend or undead?
No.
20.
I don't know.
Oh, Sin, we need to get rid of that.
I mean, it wouldn't. I would not be complaining.
I have a lesser restoration.
Lesser restoration doesn't get rid of exhaustion.
No, it
Greater
doesn't. I have a greater
restoration.
restoration.
So with a 20, I'll put you right there because that's a wall still. Just decorative, a visual wall that you can see. With a 20, Titania, it's some sort of cobra,
Okay.
and it's sort of like looking at all of you with more intelligence than a cobra should have.
You know what I can't do? Is I can't talk to animals. So they
Yeah.
didn't have that spell.
I'm going to just say hello.
In its brain.
It is.
And
You say
out
hello in
loud.
its brain or out loud?
You know what? In its brain.
Out
It
loud,
looks at
Grumman.
you. Looks at Drummond. Looks at Sin. Looks at Drummond. Gives a warning hiss, and as it gives a warning hiss, you watch as 100 spectral mage hands appear around it in a defensive posture.
Oh no.
These spectral mage hands are all like balled into fists and held up as palms.
Could we not do this right now? We're just trying to get by.
It doesn't seem
Can
like
you-
it's going to attack you. It seems it's taking sort of a defensive posture.
Can you ask it why it is defending this entrance or exit or whatever?
We are simply wanting to move past you. We don't want to hurt you.
Make an insight
Would-
check or animal handling, one of the two.
I will definitely choose insight.
Doesn't want to hurt
Did
us
you already
either.
cast Greater Restoration?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Insight because it has an 18 intelligence.
Can I do animal handling? I never do animal handling.
Sure,
I
if you
don't know
want.
why that rolled an
Yes.
advantage, but 26.
I did.
So it's telling you from its
That was-
posture, you get a sense that it's guarding something.
Uh-huh.
And it seems to
Like
think
a nest?
it's possibly it. Like it's got that posture. It's not sitting on a nest though. Sin, you look at it. You also get that sense that it's guarding something, and you look, and you can see under the stairwell there is like a small pile of treasure, and you see that there are eggs amongst that treasure.
Oh.
We're not here for your property. We're not here for your offspring. We just want to move past. We'll leave you unharmed.
5 of the mage hands point towards the valve that Flo is in.
Yes, we need our friend out too as well.
He just wants to move past as well.
The snake contemplates you for a moment, slithers over this way, and continues watching, but placing itself between the nest and the rest of you, and continues watching you
Right.
and the valve.
I will walk up to the valve. I will open it.
It's already open. It's just that Flo hasn't come out
Okay.
yet. Yeah, because the snake was there.
Flo, you can join us.
That gooping, slipping sound as the oozling emerges from the pipe. Looks over. Yeah, no, that snake's terrifying. You see
It's just being protected.
it's got 100 magic hands.
It does.
Snakes aren't supposed to have 1 magic hand, much less 100.
It's a very impressive
Look, we
snake.
just fought a shark in a bowl. So
Oh, you found Bowley.
well,
Friend of yours?
No,
Good.
because we
Good.
killed it.
probably for the best.
All right,
let's
move up the stairs.
That was-
Let's get out of here and leave the hecaton cobra to its nest.
Grumman
One-
has activated the forearm bracers and is just holding up his arms like this, and also the other hands.
one person at a time.
Solidarity.
Move past. So it doesn't look like we're all just walking up on it.
Yep.
Valeth will just sort of take the stairs up past it.
I'll follow behind.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Grum-
so. Oh, go ahead.
Just sidling past Grumman, sort of like looks over like high 20. No. And then just keeps going.
Yeah, definitely not interested. All right, yeah, no, you're able to one by one.
That gets left hanging.
It gets left hanging, yes. You all wander past it, one at a time, single file. Flo being very careful to not get too close. And yeah, just watch as you go. It seems content to not fight if you aren't going to, but it definitely like prepared to defend its nest.
No, I have no beef with the snake.
As you go, Flog looks down at it and just offers it like a shy wave, which gets a hiss back. As and Flog goes, "Man, he hasn't made weird things," and just continues up. You find this actually the door is sort of in this stairwell actually leads directly into what seems to be some sort of underground chambers. And very quickly, Flo, it leads you into what was at one point a laboratory. Inside this, you find lots of sort of test tubes, experimental stuff, a lot of things that have been broken and smashed, but a lot of things that are still intact and being used. And inside, to say it is a menagerie would be an understatement. There are a couple of other oozlings like Flo, but mostly there seems to be all manner of sentient creature that is not standard. All the sorts of things that were either created by the Izzet or found their way to the Izzet. In addition to your occasional standard fare of goblin, elf, human, there are also some sort of odd crab-like individual that's walking on two legs, and there are more oozes. There are what seem to be sort of chimeric individuals, those that are like they have that quality of like looking like they're sort of 2 or 3 different kinds of species sort of stitched together. There's at least one large red spiky fellow that reminds you all of a Tarrasque almost. Actually, no, you've all met Tarrasquers. Yeah, there's at least one Tarrasquer here. There is a large blue scaled creature with 4 arms. There is what looks to be a humanoid owlbear. All manner of oddities sort of huddling together. But like if you do a head count very quickly, there's maybe 30 people here. But it seems to be fairly well closed off and sealed and safe for the moment. One of the elves comes up. Flo, I see you've brought some company. And looks at the rest of you. Flo goes, yeah, I found them while I was out scavenging. How long have I been gone? The person like thinks about it for a second. 2 days? Oh, that's much better than I thought I was gone. Okay, cool. They helped me get out of a pipe that had gotten closed and I got stuck in it. And asked me if I could lead them here, and then I did. And now that I say that out loud, I probably should have done more to vet who they were. But they weren't demons, so at least I don't think you're demons. Are you demons? He says, looking at the group of you.
No.
very, very much not.
Pointedly not looking at Vespia, the one with the horns.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Vespia just stays quiet.
Yeah, no, they're not demons. The elf smiles, the kind of smile that you have when you deal with someone like this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And
we know that smile well. We have a Grumman.
In terms of looking at the rest of you, are you all from the outside?
Yeah.
Aye, we are the Steelhearts, one of the griff companies that used to live here in the city.
Okay. What are there rescue operations happening? Is there?
Right now it's
more assassination.
Aye, dealing with the source of the problem.
We're here to kill Ternalian.
We want to kill a god.
Who?
The giant, fancy, probably variously golden and variously hued individual who you might have seen leading the demons every now and then.
Make an insight check, Velda.
See if they have any recognition. 23.
Would someone else bring an insight check?
Again, I don't know. 20.
Advantage toggle somewhere. Yeah, was it a 20 or 23? This person genuinely has no idea who you're talking about. You get the sense that they probably have been down here since, like, the attacks started. Same, Grumman.
In any event, the person in charge of this demonic incursion we're here to kill.
Okay, well, I wish you all luck with that. Is there, anything we can do to help?
If you've got quick routes that might get us towards the Imperial Palace, that would be ideal. But other than that, we need a place to rest for a bit.
Rest we can provide, and what meager supplies we have, you're welcome to share. As far as a quick way up, the quickest way that I could think of would be to go through the college, but it's been sealed off because of, well, gestures above.
Aye.
None of the actual, like, is it scientists made it down here with us, so I'm not sure if any of their teleportation circles are working or if any of them have gates that were left.
Teleportation in general is kind of wonky right now, as far as we know.
Just like throw things to herself. We can see if anybody has any ideas, though.
That would be ideal. We can continue on our own, but if anyone has any information on faster routes to the surface, specifically to the Imperial District, that'd be ideal.
Certainly. So looks like she's trying to figure out what to do next. This is very clearly, like, this is the person that is leading this group of people because she's had to, not because she's a natural leader or like the kind of person that would choose to be a leader. Right.
Sorry,
Well, we've got some makeshift bunks, she says, gesturing towards a place where there's like some desks have been sort of adjusted to provide some level of like privacy. There's not a lot of privacy here, but there's a lot of people, so
we'll rest and tend to our wounds if you wouldn't mind asking around for anyone who might have information.
Yes, of course. I'm Aurora, by the way, she says, offering a hand instinctively and then pulling it back, not knowing if y'all are the handshake type.
Valdeth will offer it. Valdeth Stonebeard.
Yes, well, make yourselves comfortable. I'll see if anyone knows anything. Okay.
I just, Grumman will also, if it is being offered around to others, Grumman will also shake happily.
Yeah.
And then
Vespa was just going to ask, is there anything you all need besides getting out of here?
Give me an insight check, Vespia.
Can I make that as well?
Sure.
I'd like
22 is a natural 20.
26.
Natural 20 and also with the 26. This person, like, when you ask that, this person like instinctively recoils. You get the feeling that a devil has probably made the rounds offering favors, and based on the reaction to you asking that, no, we're self-sufficient as much as we can be.
Do you need any food?
We make do.
Do I get that same insight? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, with the natural 20, yeah, similar. Like you definitely there's a immediacy to her hesitancy to accept any offer of like, do you need thing, that reminds you of the accountants back home, and also, and generally speaking, like, this is somebody who's very wary of people that have hidden deals.
Vespia will take off her bag and take all of the food that she has, all the rations, and give it to her. Yeah. You all need this much more than I do.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Can I step up before Vespia has to roll with disadvantage and try to help?
How do you want to help?
Grumman steps up and on the insight game from that last roll, steps up and says, "Look, I understand your hesitancy. I've had plenty of firms come to my door offering to do things just first year, no extra fees and that sort of thing, taxes. But trust me, we're here. We're all here because we want to help. We really are."
Yeah, make a flat persuasion roll then, Vespia.
Okay. Let me change that. 24.
With the 24, there's still an amount of hesitancy, but she does accept the rations. Thank you. We'll make sure this gets to the people that need it. She pauses to look at you. Like, there's definitely a look of. You can all sort of. You don't have to roll either, but you can all get it. There's a look of. This is someone who had basically completely given up any concept of hope as far as being rescued. And now there's a whole bunch of like adventurer types that have arrived, and she's having difficulty processing it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a level of stoicism to this person that's they're even if they can't process it, they're still going to do what they can. And they sort of turn and just walk away with the rations or with the pack.
All right, everyone, take a while to rest up, tend wounds, get ready. If they find anything, excellent. If not, we're still going to have to keep moving.
Grumman will pat if Vespia will allow it. Grumman will pat Vespia on the elbow.
Yeah.
Say, that was the right kind thing you did.
I wish I could do more.
Well, I mean, we're all going off to probably die trying to save the city, so I could probably have that chance. But look, I know you're from a library. I know you're right smart and all that, but for whatever it's worth, I don't think you look like an accountant at all. And then we'll toddle off to bed.
So y'all just bunking in the corner or doing anything specific for your preparing for your long rest?
Are we doing long rest or short rest?
Or
Probably
short
a
rest?
short rest, I'll think.
You
that's
short
it.
rest?
Well,
We are
no.
getting as much rest as we reasonably can, I should say.
Yeah.
Because we're still waiting on a signal and potential pathways to
So short
get
rest.
further in. Presumably
Yeah.
a short rest.
Take
yes.
about an hour, yeah.
at
Alright.
least, yeah.
Go ahead and
Mhm.
roll your hit dice. And while you're rolling your hit dice, that's where we're going to end for the week. Say bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Arcane recovery.
Goodbye.